jumping on to answer a question that I've been seeing come through a lot. And that question is, how can there be one set of principles for all freelancers? Great question. And I want to go through and answer that and kind of break that down right now. I think the question comes from the idea of like, well, graphic designer does such totally different work from a bookkeeper, does such totally different work from a Pinterest manager, does such totally different work from a corporate events person. And that's true. They all do very different kinds of work. However, the way that they can find clients and the way that they can pitch clients and the way that they can present themselves and market themselves, that can be consistent across the board. The work that you do, the actual services that you provide, do inform the kinds of clients that you're looking for, and of course the services that you provide to those clients. But the way that you look for those clients and the way that you track those clients and the way that you research those clients and the way that you reach out to those clients and the way that you come up with your pricing for those clients and the way that you re-pitch those clients, present new projects for them, that should be a consistent system that any kind of freelancer can use, if that makes sense. The services themselves are going to differ from person to person, from industry to industry, of course, but the way that you find clients and pitch clients, that should be consistent across the board. Now, what else is going to be different? Well, in your pitches, as our Freelance Success Framework students know, the way that you pitch clients is going to be very value-based. So it's not at all about going out there and saying, hey, hire me, or likely any of the style of pitches that you've seen in your inbox, which are generally really bad. Instead, the way that you pitch clients is all about, first and foremost, providing value, giving ideas. One of our coaches has conveyed it as the idea of giving a gift. And when you do that, it really opens the door to them wanting to talk more with you and being so much more open to this pitch, to beginning this conversation. Then when you come forward and say, hi, I'm a bookkeeper and I do this and you need my services and blah, 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 let's set up a call. Nobody wants to get that email. Nobody wants to get that email. Even if you're looking for a bookkeeper, that kind of email is just like, oh, it's the worst feeling to find that in your inbox. However, the way that our students pitch their clients is not salesy at all. It's very values-based. It's all about, first, enthusiasm, second, providing an idea, and then suggesting getting in touch to take that next step. So it's very values-based. It keeps your potential client in mind first and foremost, which is key. And it's also, the feeling is not pushy. It's very light. It's hey, love what you do. Thought this would be great. Here's why it would benefit your business. If you want to talk more about this, I'd love to chat. It's so much lighter and so much easier. And that is why the system that we teach, and of course then there's a system for finding clients, a system for tracking potential clients, a system for pitching and repitching and all that kind of stuff. But of course we get into that and marketing yourself in different ways, all kinds of stuff. But that system, because it is so light and so values-based, opens a lot of doors. And our students will have found that even people that they pitched months and months ago will reach out to them later on because they kept the email, because it was such a good reach out point. And so those principles work no matter what freelance field you're in. And the same thing goes with the way that you set up your website. The actual wording that you use, that's going to differ from freelancer to freelancer, but what types of messages that you put where on your website, that is going to be consistent across the board. What is the purpose of the the hero message on your homepage? What is the purpose of the messaging that you put on your About Me page, which, as our students know, it's ironic because the About Me page is actually not really so much about you as it is about what you can do for your clients. And then also the portfolio page, which I know a lot of people who are not yet students go, whoa, portfolio, that doesn't apply to me. It does. Any kind of freelancer, it absolutely does. And it's an amazing way to showcase that you know how to do what it is that you do before you get a chance to meet your clients in person or on Zoom or on a call. So these principles and the way of doing things is applicable to any type of freelance business. If you're pitching any kind of business or organization to hire you, or if you're wanting any type of business or organization to hire you, these principles are consistent no matter the freelance industry that you're in. Yes, the services that you provide will be different, and yes, the services that you provide, the ideas that you put in your pitch email, that will be dependent on the services that you provide. That's going to be different. But the actual principles and systems that you follow, those can be applicable to any type of freelancer, which is why we can have a course for any type of freelancer because the principles are consistent. On top of the fact too that having a group of freelancers from a bunch of different industries, as we have in our student group, is a really great way to network. And as you guys know, that group is just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. It's very exciting. So if you were wondering, wait a minute, if I'm in a totally different industry than another type of freelancer, how is it possible that we can be learning the same things? Very possible. The principles are the same, and if you execute them consistently, and it's like I always say, wishing and hoping is not a strategy for freelance success. Wishing and hoping is going to get you, I was going to say nowhere, but almost worse than nowhere, because it's going to get you to a really disappointed, dejected state. But when you have a system for finding and pitching and landing and repitching clients, that is where that freelance success comes from. And it all comes down to a set of specific, proven principles and ways of doing things. So that's how it all works.